What if I told you that in 2017, something from another star system visited our solar system, and one of Harvard's top scientists believes it might have been sending us a message? Oumuamua, the first confirmed interstellar visitor, has sparked the most controversial debate in modern astronomy. When Joe Rogan sat down with physicist Avi Loeb, the conversation revealed shocking theories that challenge everything we thought we knew about our cosmic neighborhood. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery that has scientists questioning whether we've already encountered alien technology. The discovery that changed everything. October 19, 2017, marked a historic moment that most people completely missed. On that day, astronomers at the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii detected something that shouldn't exist, an object moving through our solar system at impossible speeds, following a trajectory that proved it came from another star system. Named Oumuamua, meaning messenger from afar arriving first in Hawaiian, this mysterious visitor was unlike anything scientists had ever encountered. The object was traveling at 196,000 miles per hour, far too fast to be captured by our sun's gravity. Its hyperbolic trajectory confirmed what seemed impossible. We were witnessing humanity's first confirmed interstellar visitor. What made this discovery truly extraordinary wasn't just its origin but its timing. Astronomers estimate that interstellar objects like Oumuamua pass through our solar system about once per year, but they're typically too faint and fast to detect. Only recently had our telescopes become powerful enough to spot such visitors. The fact that we caught this one suggested either incredible luck or that these objects might be more common than previously thought. Within days of its discovery, Oumuamua would reveal characteristics that would divide the scientific community and spark debates that continue today. An object unlike anything we've seen. The more scientists studied Oumuamua, the stranger it became. This wasn't just another space rock. It was something that defied every category astronomers had for celestial objects. The object's shape was the first major anomaly. Based on how its brightness changed as it tumbled through space, scientists calculated that Oumuamua was extremely elongated, roughly 10 times longer than it was wide. To put this in perspective, imagine a cigar that's 1,300 feet long but only 130 feet wide. No asteroid or comet in our solar system has ever been observed with such an extreme aspect ratio. Even more puzzling was its behavior. As Oumuamua rotated every 7.3 hours, its brightness varied by a factor of 10, the most dramatic brightness variation ever recorded for a natural space object. This suggested either an incredibly unusual shape or surface properties unlike anything in our cosmic neighborhood. The object's reddish color, similar to objects in the outer solar system, indicated it had been wandering through interstellar space for hundreds of millions of years, its surface reddened by cosmic radiation. Yet despite this ancient journey, Oumuamua showed no signs of the dust or gas emissions typical of comets when they approach the sun. The acceleration mystery that baffled scientists. Just when astronomers thought they understood Oumuamua, the object delivered its most shocking surprise. It was accelerating away from the sun in a way that gravity alone couldn't explain. This non-gravitational acceleration was subtle but unmistakable. As Oumuamua sped away from our solar system, it was moving faster than it should have been based purely on gravitational calculations. For comets, this kind of acceleration is normal. Ice vaporizing from their surface creates a rocket-like effect. But Oumuamua showed absolutely no signs of cometary activity. The acceleration was consistent and measurable, ruling out random forces or measurement errors. Something was pushing Oumuamua, but what? Traditional explanations fell short. The object was too small for solar radiation pressure to account for the observed acceleration, and it lacked the outgassing that typically propels comets. This mysterious acceleration became the smoking gun that would fuel the most controversial theory in modern astronomy. If natural explanations couldn't account for Oumuamua's behavior, what could? The answer would come from an unexpected source, Harvard's Department of Astronomy, where one physicist was willing to consider possibilities that others dismissed as impossible. The stage was set for a scientific revolution that would challenge our understanding of our place in the universe. Avi Loeb's revolutionary theory shakes science. When Harvard physicist Avi Loeb appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast, he dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Oumuamua might be artificial technology from an alien civilization. Loeb, former chair of Harvard's astronomy department, wasn't some fringe theorist. He was a respected scientist with hundreds of published papers, who had simply followed the evidence to its logical conclusion. Just like Sherlock Holmes, I follow the evidence, trying to find the solution. The physicist's theory centered on one key insight. Oumuamua's unusual properties perfectly matched what engineers would design for an interstellar light sail. Its extreme thinness would minimize damage from interstellar dust, while its flat geometry would maximize surface area for solar radiation pressure. Exactly what would propel a light sail through space? Loeb's calculations showed that solar radiation pressure could indeed account for Oumuamua's mysterious acceleration, but only if the object was incredibly thin, like a sheet of paper tumbling through space. This wasn't just speculation, it was based on rigorous physics and observations that other natural explanations couldn't adequately address. The scientific establishment's reaction was swift and harsh, but Loeb stood firm in his assessment.
The light sail theory that changes everything.
The concept that Oumuamua could be an alien light sail isn't science fiction, it's cutting-edge physics that we're already developing here on Earth. Light sails work on a simple principle. Photons from stars carry momentum that can push extremely thin reflective surfaces. Just as wind pushes a ship's sail, starlight can propel a spacecraft equipped with a large, lightweight sail. The technology is so promising that organizations like Breakthrough Starshot are developing light sail probes to reach nearby star systems. Oumuamua's behavior perfectly matched what scientists would expect from a light sail. Its acceleration was consistent with solar radiation pressure acting on a thin, flat object. The lack of outgassing made sense because artificial objects wouldn't contain volatile materials that vaporize near the sun. Even its tumbling motion resembled how a damaged or derelict light sail might behave after millions of years in space. Maybe it was just alien craft technology that unintentionally lost itself, like space junk. Loeb suggested, making the theory seem less threatening and more plausible.
The search for alien signals begins.
The possibility that Oumuamua might be artificial technology triggered the most intensive search for alien signals in modern history. Breakthrough. Listen, the world's most comprehensive SETI program immediately turned the massive Green Bank telescope toward Oumuamua. If the object was indeed artificial, it might be transmitting signals, either intentionally or as electromagnetic leakage from its systems. The search was unprecedented in its scope and sensitivity. Over multiple observation sessions, the telescope scanned billions of radio frequencies, recording a staggering 90 terabytes of data, enough to fill 23 high-end computers. The observations covered different phases of Oumuamua's rotation, ensuring that any potential signals from different parts of the object would be detected. The sensitivity was remarkable. At Oumuamua's distance, the telescope could have detected a signal as weak as a cell phone transmission. If alien technology was aboard this mysterious visitor, we would have heard it. The results were both disappointing and reassuring. No artificial signals were detected from Oumuamua. The object remained silent as it tumbled through space, offering no direct evidence of alien technology. However, the absence of signals didn't disprove the artificial hypothesis. A derelict piece of technology wouldn't necessarily be transmitting.
Why natural explanations fall short.
The scientific community's resistance to Loeb's alien hypothesis led to, well, increasingly creative attempts to explain Oumuamua through natural processes, but each explanation just seemed to create new problems. One theory suggested that Oumuamua was a hydrogen iceberg, basically a chunk of solid hydrogen that would sublimate near the sun, causing the observed acceleration. But, solid hydrogen couldn't actually survive the millions of years needed for interstellar travel, and the object didn't show any of the expected hydrogen emissions. Another proposal claimed Oumuamua was a fragment of a disrupted comet, but this idea couldn't account for its extreme elongation or the lack of any cometary activity. Some scientists even suggested it was a dust bunny, meaning a loosely bound collection of particles, but an object like that would have been torn apart by tidal forces during its close approach to the sun. The most recent theory proposed that Oumuamua was made of nitrogen ice, kind of like Pluto's surface. While this could maybe explain some of the observations, it would require the object to have originated from a Pluto-like world in another star system, which is, honestly, itself a pretty extraordinary claim. So, each natural explanation required increasingly exotic conditions or materials, leading some scientists to start questioning whether the artificial hypothesis might actually be the simpler explanation.
The implications of alien technology.
If Oumuamua truly represents alien technology, the implications for humanity are, honestly, staggering, and fundamentally change our understanding of our place in the universe. The object's properties suggest it wasn't sent to spy on Earth or, make contact. Its trajectory showed no signs of course corrections toward our planet, and it was already leaving the solar system when we discovered it. This supports Loeb's theory that we encountered cosmic debris, the equivalent of finding a piece of alien trash just floating through space. Strangely enough, this scenario might actually be more significant than active alien contact. It suggests that technological civilizations are common enough that their artifacts regularly drift through the galaxy. If Oumuamua is artificial, it implies that advanced civilizations have been building interstellar technology for, millions of years, leaving a trail of debris in their wake. The discovery would also validate humanity's own technological trajectory. We're developing light sail technology for interstellar exploration, which suggests that this approach represents a natural evolutionary step for spacefaring civilizations. Oumuamua might be showing us our own future, a time when human-built light sails will traverse the galaxy, potentially becoming mysterious visitors to other star systems.
The race against time and distance.
One of the most frustrating aspects of the Oumuamua mystery was just how quickly the opportunity to study it disappeared, highlighting the challenges of investigating interstellar visitors. By the time scientists realized Oumuamua's true significance, it was already racing away from the sun at, honestly, incredible speed. The object was moving so fast that no existing spacecraft could catch up to it for a closer look. Even our most powerful rockets would have taken decades to reach Oumuamua, and by then it would be way too far away to study effectively. This time, pressure forced astronomers to make critical observations with ground-based telescopes while the object was still detectable. Every day that passed meant Oumuamua was getting fainter and harder to observe. The window for detailed study lasted only a few months before the object became too distant for meaningful analysis. The experience taught scientists some valuable lessons about preparing for future interstellar visitors. New detection systems are being developed to spot such objects earlier, giving researchers more time to study them. Space agencies are also considering rapid response missions that could be launched quickly to intercept future visitors before they escape our solar system.
What Oumuamua means for the future.
Oumuamua's brief visit has, without a doubt, fundamentally changed how we think about interstellar space and our search for extraterrestrial intelligence, regardless of whether it was natural or artificial. The object proved that interstellar visitors are detectable with current technology, opening a whole new field of astronomy. Scientists now know what to look for and have developed protocols for studying future visitors more effectively. The recent discovery of additional interstellar objects, including Comet 2I Borisov and the newly detected 3I Atlas, shows that Oumuamua wasn't a unique event. If Oumuamua was indeed artificial, it suggests that the galaxy might be filled with technological artifacts from ancient civilizations. This archaeology of the galaxy approach to SETI represents a new way of searching for evidence of alien intelligence, not through radio signals, but through physical artifacts drifting through space. The controversy surrounding Oumuamua has also highlighted the importance of keeping an open mind in science. Loeb's willingness to consider unconventional explanations, despite professional criticism, really demonstrates the value of following evidence wherever it leads. As we continue to develop our own interstellar technology, Oumuamua serves as a reminder that we might not be alone in this cosmic endeavor. From its mysterious acceleration to its impossible shape, Oumuamua challenged everything we thought we knew about our cosmic neighborhood. Whether it was a natural phenomenon or humanity's first encounter with alien technology, this interstellar visitor opened our eyes to possibilities we never imagined. As Joe Rogan and Avi Loeb showed us, sometimes the most extraordinary explanations deserve serious consideration. The truth about Oumuamua may remain a mystery, but its impact on science and our understanding of the universe will last forever. Thanks for watching Stellar Tech, and don't forget to subscribe for more cosmic mysteries. Have you ever wondered what secrets lie beyond our solar system? Bill Nye recently revealed something that honestly sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Voyager 1 has detected 300 massive objects floating in the depths of interstellar space. After 45 years of exploration, this aging spacecraft continues to make discoveries that challenge everything we thought we knew about the cosmos. These aren't just random space debris. They're mysterious structures that could hold the key to understanding whether we're truly alone in the universe. Today, we're diving deep into Voyager's most mind-bending revelations. The genesis of Voyager's epic journey. Back in 1977, NASA launched what would become humanity's most ambitious space exploration mission. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 were originally designed for a simple 5-year mission to study Jupiter and Saturn. But these remarkable spacecraft had other plans. The timing was perfect, a rare planetary alignment that occurs only once every 175 years, allowed the probes to use gravitational slingshots to reach the outer planets faster than ever before. What started as a modest exploration of gas giants evolved into the grand tour of our solar system. Voyager 2 became the first and only spacecraft to visit Uranus and Neptune, capturing images that, well, totally revolutionized our understanding of these distant worlds. The mission's success exceeded all expectations, with both spacecraft continuing to function decades beyond their planned lifespan. The secret to their longevity lies in their nuclear-powered systems and robust 1970s engineering. While their computers have less processing power than a modern calculator, their reliability has proven unmatched. Today, nearly half a century later, these cosmic pioneers continue transmitting data from the edge of known space, redefining what's possible in space exploration.
Breaking the ultimate barrier.
August 25, 2012 marked a historic moment in human exploration. Voyager 1 became the first human-made object to enter interstellar space. At 11 billion miles from the Sun, it crossed the heliopause, the boundary where our Sun's influence ends and the vast wilderness between stars begins. 6 years later, Voyager 2 joined its twin in this cosmic frontier, making them humanity's only ambassadors to interstellar space. The journey to this milestone wasn't easy. As the spacecraft approached the heliopause, they encountered a turbulent region where the solar wind collides with the interstellar medium. This cosmic battleground creates a protective bubble around our solar system, shielding us from the galaxy's harsh radiation. Voyager's instruments revealed that cosmic rays beyond this shield are 3 times more intense than within our solar system's protective embrace. The transition into interstellar space wasn't gradual, it was like stepping from a bustling city into a silent wilderness. The spacecraft's magnetometers detected the sudden change in magnetic field direction, while particle detectors registered the dramatic shift in cosmic ray intensity. This moment represented humanity's first direct contact with the space between stars, opening an entirely new chapter in our cosmic exploration.
The mysterious humming of deep space.
One of Voyager 1's most intriguing discoveries came in the form of sound, a low, persistent humming detected in the vast emptiness of interstellar space. This cosmic symphony isn't actually sound as we know it, but rather vibrations in the sparse gas that exists between stars. The discovery challenged our understanding of interstellar space as a perfect vacuum, revealing instead a dynamic environment filled with subtle activity. The humming represents the vibrations of electrons in the interstellar plasma, creating what scientists call plasma waves. These waves provide crucial information about the density and temperature of the interstellar medium, helping us understand the conditions that exist in the 99.9% of space that lies between star systems. The consistency of this humming suggests that interstellar space has a more uniform structure than previously thought. NASA's Nicola Fox emphasized the significance of this discovery, noting that no other spacecraft could have made such observations. The detection required Voyager's unique position beyond the heliopause and its sensitive instruments, which continue to function despite the extreme cold and radiation of deep space. This cosmic humming serves as a constant reminder that even in the apparent emptiness of space, there's always something happening. We just need the right tools to detect it.
Defying death in the cosmic deep.
Voyager's survival story honestly reads like science fiction. These spacecraft were designed to operate for just 5 years, powered by plutonium-238 that, gradually decays over time. As the radioactive fuel ages, it produces less heat, forcing NASA to make increasingly difficult decisions about which systems to shut down. Heaters that were meant to keep instruments warm in the -270°F environment of space, well, those were turned off years ago. Yet somehow, all 5 scientific instruments on both spacecraft are still functioning perfectly. This really defies all engineering expectations and, frankly, puzzles NASA experts who expected the instruments to freeze and fail long ago. The spacecraft's resilience truly demonstrates the exceptional quality of 1970s engineering and the conservative design philosophy that built redundancy into every system. The power situation gets more critical each year, with both spacecraft losing about 4 watts of power annually. NASA engineers are constantly juggling which systems to keep online, always prioritizing the most scientifically valuable instruments. Despite all these challenges, the spacecraft continued to transmit data across the 15 billion-mile void, with signals taking over 22 hours to reach Earth. This remarkable endurance has extended humanity's reach into the cosmos far beyond anyone's wildest dreams. The shape-shifting boundary of our solar system. The heliopause, which is our solar system's boundary, isn't the static barrier scientists once believed it to be. Instead, it's this dynamic, ever-changing frontier that actually moves and shifts like a living organism. Data from Voyager 1, Voyager 2, and NASA's Interstellar Boundary Explorer satellite reveal that this cosmic boundary creates unexpected angles and irregularities, really challenging our understanding of how solar systems interact with interstellar space. This discovery helps explain why Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 entered interstellar space 6 years apart, even though they were launched just weeks apart. The heliopause had shifted significantly between their crossings, demonstrating the dynamic nature of this cosmic frontier. Scientists observed the boundary moving at speeds that just contradicted existing models, suggesting that the interaction between solar wind and the interstellar medium is way more complex than previously thought. The implications are, honestly, pretty profound. If our solar system's boundary is constantly shifting, it affects how cosmic rays penetrate our protective bubble and influences the space environment around all the planets. Recent studies published in Nature Astronomy describe these findings as eye-opening, acknowledging that they challenge some fundamental assumptions about heliospheric physics. Future missions, including NASA's upcoming Interstellar Mapping and Acceleration Probe, will help scientists better understand this mysterious boundary.
Electronic aphasia in deep space.
In May 2023, Voyager 1 experienced what NASA engineers described as electronic aphasia. The spacecraft's attitude control system started sending garbled, incoherent data back to Earth. Like a person struggling to speak clearly, Voyager 1 seemed to lose its ability to communicate effectively, sending random patterns instead of meaningful telemetry about its health and status. The mystery only deepened when engineers realized that, despite the communication problems, Voyager 1 was actually functioning perfectly. Its radio signal remained strong and stable, which meant the high-gain antenna was still properly pointed toward Earth. The spacecraft's scientific instruments continued operating normally, completely unaware of the communication anomaly affecting their host vehicle. NASA's investigation revealed that the attitude control system had switched to a backup computer that had been dormant for years. A simple command to switch back to the primary computer resolved the issue, but the root cause still remained puzzling. Engineers suspect that cosmic radiation or maybe an errant command from another onboard system triggered the switch, highlighting the challenges of operating decades-old technology in the harsh environment of interstellar space. This incident demonstrated both Voyager's vulnerability and its remarkable resilience, proving that even after 45 years these spacecraft can overcome unexpected challenges.
Cosmic IT support across 15 billion miles.
Managing Voyager's computer systems presents some pretty unique challenges, honestly, challenges that make Earthbound IT support look, well, simple by comparison. These spacecraft operate with technology from the 1970s, including computers that have just 70 kilobytes of memory. That's actually less than a single smartphone photo. Yet NASA engineers regularly send software updates across the 15 billion-mile void, and, that process takes over 22 hours each way at the speed of light. The programming challenges here are immense. Engineers have to write code in assembly language, the most basic form of computer programming, because get this, the spacecraft don't have operating systems or any advanced programming tools. Every instruction has to be crafted to work directly with the hardware, which really requires intimate knowledge of systems that were designed nearly half a century ago. And the code, well, it has to be absolutely perfect. There's just no opportunity for quick fixes when the nearest technician is 15 billion miles away. These software updates aren't just, routine maintenance, they're actually lifesavers. Over the years, updates have fixed failing hardware components, optimized power consumption, and even activated backup systems when primary components failed. One critical update actually saved Voyager 1 from potential disaster by activating a fail-safe mechanism when a hardware component stopped working. This kind of cosmic IT support honestly represents one of the most challenging technical achievements in human history. And it's what's kept humanity's most distant explorers operational against all odds.
Revolutionizing our understanding of planetary worlds.
Voyager's planetary discoveries, fundamentally changed our understanding of the solar system. Jupiter revealed itself as a world of extremes, with hundreds of massive storms, glowing auroras at its poles, and a complex ring system that's even more intricate than Saturn's. The Great Red Spot, which is a hurricane larger than Earth, had been raging for centuries, really showing us the incredible power of atmospheric dynamics on gas giant planets. Saturn's rings, once thought to be simple bands of ice and rock, turned out to be incredibly complex structures with thousands of individual ringlets and honestly, these braided patterns that just defied explanation. The discovery of spokes in Saturn's rings, those mysterious dark features that rotate with the planet, revealed that ring systems are way more dynamic than anyone ever imagined. But maybe the most shocking thing was the discovery of active volcanoes beyond Earth. Io, Jupiter's innermost large moon, displayed sulfur volcanoes erupting hundreds of miles into space, while Neptune's moon Triton showed nitrogen geysers erupting at temperatures near absolute zero. These discoveries proved that geological activity wasn't just limited to rocky planets, opening up new possibilities for understanding planetary formation and evolution. And most intriguingly, Voyager revealed that Europa and Enceladus likely harbor vast oceans beneath their icy surfaces, making them prime candidates for harboring extraterrestrial life.
The Golden Record and humanity's cosmic message.
Each Voyager spacecraft carries humanity's most ambitious message to the cosmos, the Golden Record. This 12-inch gold-plated copper disc contains sounds, images, and music representing Earth's diversity, including greetings in 55 languages and natural sounds from wind, rain, and animal calls. The record serves as a time capsule of human civilization, designed to survive for billions of years in the vacuum of space. Carl Sagan, who really spearheaded the Golden Record project, envisioned it as humanity's introduction to any extraterrestrial intelligence that might encounter the spacecraft. The record includes mathematical and scientific information, human anatomy diagrams, and cultural achievements ranging from Bach to Chuck Berry. It represents our species' optimistic belief that intelligence and curiosity are universal traits that could bridge the gap between civilizations. The Golden Record transforms Voyager from mere scientific instruments into cultural ambassadors. Long after their scientific missions end, these spacecraft will continue carrying humanity's message through the galaxy. In about 40,000 years, Voyager 1 will pass within 1.6 light-years of the star, Gliese 445, potentially becoming the first human artifact to enter another star system. This cosmic message represents humanity's profound desire to connect with something greater than ourselves, embodying our species' eternal quest to understand our place in the universe.
Legacy of discovery and future exploration.
Voyager's legacy extends far beyond its original mission, inspiring decades of subsequent space exploration. The spacecraft's discoveries at Jupiter led directly to the Galileo and Juno missions, while Saturn observations inspired the Cassini-Huygens mission that spent 13 years studying the ringed planet. Voyager 2's brief encounters with Uranus and Neptune remain our only close-up studies of these ice giants, though, future missions are planned for the 2040s. Today, both Voyagers continue transmitting data from interstellar space, with NASA expecting to maintain contact until the late 2020s. The spacecraft will eventually fall silent as their power sources decay, but their journey will continue for millions of years. In about 300 years they'll enter the Oort cloud, and after 30,000 years, they'll leave our solar system entirely to orbit the galactic center. Current missions like Europa Clipper and the planned Dragonfly mission to Titan build directly on Voyager's discoveries, targeting the most promising locations for finding extraterrestrial life. The spacecraft's detection of subsurface oceans on Europa and Enceladus has absolutely revolutionized astrobiology, making these moons priority targets for future exploration. Voyager's story reminds us that the greatest discoveries often come from pushing beyond our intended limits, proving that human curiosity and engineering excellence can overcome any obstacle the universe presents. From detecting mysterious objects in interstellar space to revealing the hidden oceans of distant moons, Voyager 1 has fundamentally changed our understanding of the cosmos. Bill Nye's revelation about those 300 massive objects reminds us that even after 45 years, these remarkable spacecraft continue making discoveries that challenge our assumptions about the universe. As Voyager drifts ever deeper into the cosmic unknown, it carries with it humanity's greatest hopes and dreams. Thanks for watching Stellar Tech, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible journeys into the mysteries of space and science. Imagine this: after 47 years drifting through the cosmic void, humanity's most distant messenger suddenly detects something that honestly shouldn't exist. NASA's Voyager 1, now 15 billion miles from Earth, has captured evidence of 305 mysterious objects moving in perfect formation through interstellar space. These aren't planets, asteroids, or comets, they're something else entirely, gliding through the darkness with purpose and precision that just, well, defies every law of physics we know. What Voyager discovered out there has left scientists questioning everything we thought we understood about the universe.
The Lonely Pioneer's impossible discovery.
Deep in the frozen emptiness between stars, a tiny machine no bigger than a small car continues its eternal journey through the cosmic dark. Voyager 1, launched when Star Wars first hit theaters in 1977, has become humanity's most distant ambassador, traveling over 15 billion miles from Earth into the mysterious realm of interstellar space. This ancient spacecraft, powered by decaying plutonium and running on 1970s technology with less computing power than a modern calculator, was never meant to survive this long. Its mission was simple: fly by Jupiter and Saturn, then fade into obscurity. Instead, it crossed into interstellar space in 2012, becoming the first human-made object to venture beyond our sun's protective influence. Communication with Voyager takes 22 hours each way, like having a conversation where every response takes nearly 2 full days. Yet despite these impossible distances and technological limitations, this remarkable machine continues whispering back to us across the stars, carrying its famous golden record message to any intelligence that might find it. But recently, Voyager detected something in the darkness that has changed everything we thought we knew about the space between stars.
The first anomaly that changed everything.
What started as a routine data transmission from Voyager 1 quickly became something that would shake the foundations of space science. Hidden within the endless stream of plasma readings and magnetic field measurements was a tiny anomaly, a faint reflection of light that seemed insignificant at first glance. Dr. Eliza Karna, one of the mission specialists who first noticed the reading, described it as like shouting into a canyon for decades and finally something shouts back. The signal was so subtle that NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory initially dismissed it as background noise, just another particle drifting randomly through the cosmic void. But then the object began to move in ways that caught everyone's attention. It didn't tumble chaotically like space debris or follow the predictable paths of natural objects. Instead, it curved and accelerated with what appeared to be deliberate control, gliding smoothly through space as if guided by intelligence. Systems analyst Carlo Romero observed that the object's movement was unlike anything natural, describing it as the kind of deliberate motion one might expect from a drone rather than a rock. In the physics of space, things don't move with purpose unless something is making them move that way.
When natural laws break down.
When natural laws break down, when something unusual appears in space, scientists follow a standard protocol. They systematically check every known possibility. Is it a distant moon, a new asteroid, a comet with an unusual orbit? One by one, the team at NASA worked through these familiar explanations, and one by one, each possibility crumbled away. This object defied every category. It wasn't a planet, far too small, not a comet either. There was no tail, no ice trail, no heat signature that would indicate sublimating materials. It didn't glow like a star, and gravitational lensing couldn't explain its behavior. Even space dust was ruled out because dust particles don't suddenly change direction mid-flight. Dr. Lucas Hang at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory ran simulation after simulation, trying to match the object's behavior to known physical models. What makes space objects predictable is physics. Everything moves according to established patterns and forces. But this object broke those rules entirely. Its path bent in ways that didn't match any known orbital mechanics, with no drift or decay that would be expected from natural phenomena. The team was forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. What they were seeing wasn't just unknown, it was unnatural.
The twin confirmation that proved everything.
Just as scientists were struggling to understand what Voyager 1 had detected, something extraordinary happened that, honestly, transformed speculation into undeniable reality. Voyager 2, traveling a completely different path millions of miles away, detected something eerily similar, the same magnetic fluctuations, the same pulse patterns, matching signal signatures that changed everything. This cross-confirmation was the turning point in the investigation. Two separate spacecraft using independent instruments in different regions of space had detected nearly identical phenomena. This ruled out any possibility of internal error, software glitches, or sensor malfunctions on Voyager 1. ESA analyst Merck Fontaine compared it to, quote, two lighthouses both catching a flash of something passing between them. The dual detection gave the anomaly weight and credibility that just couldn't be dismissed. This wasn't noise or equipment failure, it was a real, coordinated phenomenon happening in the space between stars. With this confirmation, NASA quietly triggered what's known as a Level 3 alert, a designation reserved only for phenomena that don't fit within current scientific understanding. The event was real, the mathematics were consistent, and the movement patterns appeared deliberate. Nobody knew what to make of it, but everyone knew it was significant.
The formation that defied physics.
When the team analyzed the complete telemetry logs, what they discovered honestly sent chills through the scientific community. This wasn't just one or two anomalies drifting through space. There were 305 objects, all moving together in perfect formation like a cosmic ballet choreographed by an unknown intelligence. Each object glided past Voyager 1 in what appeared to be a coordinated arc, smooth and precise in their movements. These weren't debris fragments scattered randomly through space. There were no heat signatures, no tails, no signs of decay typical of natural objects. Most striking of all, the readings showed rhythmic pulses echoing through the plasma waves, patterns that suggested engineering rather than chance. The 305 objects maintained their relative positions with impossible precision. In space, groups of objects naturally spread out over time due to gravitational influences and velocity differences. Yet these maintained formation like a flock of birds or a school of fish. Except this was happening in the vacuum of space where such coordinated movement shouldn't be possible without technology. The scale was particularly unsettling. A single anomalous object might be explained as instrument error, but 305 objects all displaying the same unnatural characteristics suggested something far more significant was happening in interstellar space.
The language hidden in plasma waves.
As scientists examined the data more closely, they discovered something that, honestly, challenged the very nature of what they were observing. The plasma wave pulses weren't random cosmic noise. They contained patterns of repetition that were steady, measured, and structured in ways that suggested communication or control systems. Dr. Serena Patel from Caltech observed that the patterns felt less like nature and more like a language or system. The signals had loops, sequences, and structures that hinted at complexity far beyond random electromagnetic interference. These objects weren't just passing by Voyager, they seemed to be broadcasting signals as if pinging, scanning, or communicating with each other. The implications were staggering. If these patterns represented some form of communication, it suggested the objects were part of a coordinated network, operating with shared purpose and intelligence. Some experts went further, with ESA's Eric Lousy suggesting this could be some sort of probe network, though he was quickly asked to stop speculating publicly. To confirm their readings weren't the result of equipment failure, the team activated one of Voyager's oldest backup systems, a telemetry channel unused since the 1990s. It confirmed everything. The signals, the paths, the formations were all real.
Impossible propulsion beyond our understanding.
The mystery deepened when Voyager's instruments revealed how these objects moved through space. There were no engine flares, no ion trails, no signs of any propulsion system that human science could recognize. Yet, Doppler shift measurements showed these objects accelerating rapidly, smoothly, and directionally through the cosmic void. Some were moving faster than anything humans have ever launched into space. According to the data, certain objects were traveling at speeds that exceeded the calculated escape velocity of the entire Milky Way galaxy. These weren't passive objects drifting through space, they were powered somehow, navigating with purpose and incredible velocity. Dr. Caleb Ramirez from MIT noted that, well, they're not floating through space, they're navigating it. What worried him more was their calculated path. These objects deliberately avoided our solar system, passing by at a safe distance as if they had no interest in stopping or investigating our cosmic neighborhood. The propulsion method remained completely mysterious. Nothing in current technology could explain how these objects moved. They appeared to be manipulating space itself, creating waves or ripples in space-time that allowed them to glide forward without conventional thrust. It was as if they were using the medium of space itself for propulsion.
Earth hears the cosmic whispers.
While NASA focused on analyzing Voyager's data, something remarkable began happening on Earth. Amateur radio operators across the globe, hobbyists with backyard setups built from spare parts, started reporting strange activity in their equipment. They were detecting weak, irregular pulses that didn't match any known terrestrial source. At first, these reports seemed unrelated to Voyager's discoveries. Radio interference happens constantly, and most dismissed it as coincidence. But when the timestamps were compared, they aligned almost perfectly with the hours when Voyager recorded its most intense plasma anomalies. These weren't professional observatories or official deep space listening stations. Most setups were designed to catch meteor scatter, amateur satellites, or solar flare activity, yet somehow, they were detecting faint echoes of what Voyager had encountered billions of miles away. The signals weren't strong, but they had pattern and regularity, like ripples reflecting off invisible walls in Earth's ionosphere. This raised troubling questions. Was this electromagnetic bleed-through accidental, or was something deliberately testing Earth's listening capabilities? The uncertainty triggered quiet security measures as NASA began encrypting parts of its deep space communications, recognizing that if amateur enthusiasts could detect these fragments, so could others with more sophisticated equipment.
The machine that changed itself.
Perhaps the most unsettling development was what happened to Voyager 1 itself. After one of the magnetic pulses from the passing objects, the spacecraft began exhibiting behavior that was never programmed into its systems. Its guidance system, the attitude and articulation control system, started rerouting data through old unused pathways that hadn't been active in decades. This wasn't system failure, it was systematic reconfiguration. Voyager was reactivating memory segments untouched since the 1980s, rerouting telemetry in ways that defied its original programming. The spacecraft was still responding to commands and transmitting data, but it was also doing something entirely new. Engineers had to dig through dusty file cabinets at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, searching for 1970s assembly language code and handwritten notes in paper manuals. Every diagnostic test took 44 hours, 22 hours to send a command, 22 hours to receive a response. Yet despite their efforts to reset the system, the new behaviors persisted. What they discovered was both promising and terrifying. The machine was stable, the instruments were functioning, but Voyager had fundamentally changed. Whatever had caused this transformation, it wasn't internal decay or software corruption. Voyager had encountered something that altered its very nature, making it part of something larger than its original mission.
The network beyond the stars.
As analysis continued, scientists began to consider a possibility that challenged everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. The structured signals, the quantum-like oscillations, the coordinated movement patterns, all suggested that Voyager hadn't just witnessed random events in deep space. It had encountered evidence of a vast communication network operating in the interstellar medium. The waveforms resembled quantum entanglement experiments conducted on Earth, the same signals researchers use to transmit information between particles separated by distance. If this interpretation was correct, Voyager had stumbled into a galactic communication system that had been operating for millennia, undetected until now. Voyager's analog design, free from the electromagnetic noise of modern digital systems, made it the perfect cosmic microphone. Its position beyond the solar system's interference allowed it to detect signals that would be impossible to observe from Earth. The spacecraft had become an accidental eavesdropper on conversations not meant for human ears. The implications are staggering. If these 305 objects were part of a larger network, it suggests that the galaxy contains communication infrastructure built by intelligences we've never encountered. Voyager may have crossed into something we haven't mapped, not just empty space, but an active data layer that's been running unnoticed throughout the cosmos. From a single anomaly to 305 coordinated objects moving through interstellar space, Voyager 1's discovery has shattered our understanding of the cosmic void. Whether these objects represent natural phenomena beyond our current physics, or evidence of intelligence operating on a galactic scale, one thing is certain: the universe is far stranger and more active than we ever imagined. As Voyager continues its eternal journey through the darkness, it carries with it the knowledge that we are not alone in the vast emptiness between stars. Thanks for watching Stellar Tech, and don't forget to subscribe for more cosmic revelations.